Reason for optimism, though, if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, NYC hopes to phase out its vaccine mandate. Yesterday, New York City Mayor Eric Adams said that he is optimistic a vaccination mandate would eventually be phased out, much the same way the restrictions have started to ease in other cities across our country. This would allow unvaccinated workers like Kyrie Irving to go back to working sans restrictions. Nets head coach Steve Nash spoke on the potential change and impact.
I will say he's been extremely locked in. Kyrie's been great on the practice floor. He's been great in film sessions. He's been creating dialogue over aspects of our play. So I sense, a real focus and urgency from him. And so if that's any indication, I would say he is getting excited at the prospect of being allowed to play in all our games, hopefully in the short term.
Wow. What a difference a mandate could make for the world, obviously, but especially for these Nets and what their future looks like. And it got us chattering a little bit last night, like we do in our household. And usually I'm the one that says some outlandish things and you give me the side eye and we go on from there. Well,
More than usual, yes.
Heard some of your bold predictions last night. I said, let's flip the script. Let's give Shae that platform to go bold. And I'll sit here and I'll be the signer, the co-signer, or the one who gives you the side eye this time. 3 bold predictions from my better half, my clearly better half, on what the second half of the NBA season holds. Give me number 1.
All right, number 1, the Grizzlies are going to be the 1 seed out of the West. And you're probably thinking this is insane because the Suns and the Warriors have such a big lead right now over those Grizzlies. But let me tell you this, the Suns, well, they don't have CP3 going forward. And those Warriors don't have Draymond Green. They lost 4 out of their last 5 before the break. And Jordan, their defense has been atrocious. They're giving up over 115 points per game during that 5-game stretch before the All-Star break. So the Grizzlies, who have one of the easiest second-half schedules, I think will creep in and steal that 1 seed from the Suns and the Warriors.
See, here's the thing. I think Dylan Brooks coming back for this Grizz obviously bodes well for what they'd like to do in the second half. I just don't see him trying to chase in a 22-23 game offering of what's left of this second half to go chase a 1. I think they're going to think about resting a guy like a Ja Morant, a Desmond Bane. And 8 games is a lot to overcome. If the Suns were as vulnerable as the Warriors are, then I'd say yes. I can envision the Grizzlies usurping Golden State at the 2 seed. I don't see them making up 8 games in a 22-game stretch to usurp the Suns at the 1. The Suns are too deep.
First of all, the word usurpers.
Usurp.
One I don't even know. But also, I just want to throw this out.
Move.
Thank you. I just want to throw this out to you. You always say this about the Grizzlies. You said it about your Bengals. They don't know what they don't know. Who's to say they're going to rest guys? Like, they could go throttle down all the way to the end of the season.
Throttle down?
I don't know.
Never
Let's
heard
move
that
on.
one.
Let's go to my
I'll give you your second bold prediction.
All right, second bold prediction.
Throttle down here.
Throttle down. The Celtics are going to finish as a top 5 team coming out of the East. Now, this might not be a huge bold prediction if you look at it, because right now they're currently sitting at a 6 seed. However, if you look at those 5 teams that are ahead of them, they're all so good. The likes of the Bucks, the Cavs, the Bulls, the Heat. And so I think the Celtics are going to move into a top 5 team. They've played so well here down the stretch heading into the All-Star break. They've won 9 out of their last 11. And they honestly seem like they're playing really good basketball, Jay, at the right time. You're seeing guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown come together, and so give me the C's.
You know what? I'll take this one. Just because I really believe that Tatum and Brown have, I don't know, finally figured it out. They've still got a second half to truly prove it. But the momentum in which they were playing with down the stretch of that first, towards the break, did make me a believer. So I could see them moving up 1 spot potentially. I'll co-sign that.
Okay, they're the only team in the NBA that has 2 top 12 scorers on it in Jaylen Brown and
those
Jason.
2 are learning to play together consistently.
And it's looking good. Looking good at the right time. All right, my final bold prediction, and this might be the trickiest one here. Okay, I think the new Big 3 in Brooklyn are going to play more games together this season than the OG Big 3 in Brooklyn. Meaning when
That's an OG Big 3 already.
Yeah,
huh?
I guess so. That means when Ben Simmons does get into the fold, him, Kyrie, off the news you just gave, and Kevin Durant are going to play more games together than they did when James Harden was there, which was only 16. Pre-pandemic, Simmons played 160 out of 164 games. He also ranked in the top 20 in minutes in the NBA, meaning when he feels good and it's all right, Ben Simmons doesn't sit on the bench. And Kevin Durant, you know when it means something, he's going to be a full go. And if they lift this mandate in NYC, Kyrie's a full go. These 3 will have more games together. Again, it was 16 with James Harden there in this regular season.
Postseason. and they're going to make a deep postseason run, allows this big three to surpass that number of the previous big three. Not going to call them OG. They weren't old gangsters in any way, shape, or form. It was one of the biggest letdowns we've seen in recent history. But yes, it's not going to happen in the regular season. I don't think you're going to see them play more than 16 together in the second half. But with that postseason deep run, absolutely, I'll co-sign this when they surpass 16.
So did I get 2 out of the 3?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And you kind of were a little towing the line with the Grizzlies. So like 2.5 out of 3?
There's no way the Grizzlies end up being the 1 seed. So that one was just too far out.
I'll take my 2 out of the 3, and I will keep it moving.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.